literally one client out of 100 makes you money back with profits. Like, it's pretty much risk-free in my mind. And like, I feel like it's completely impossible to get 0 calls and 0 clients out. So
Right,
yeah,
right.
if you can't make your money back times, like I just went to the numbers, like 10 exit, it's like it's a no-brainer.
Caleb here with the Video Box Company. I have got Brenton here with me today, and Brenton went through the process of building his very own video box with us. Now, initially, whenever I started talking with Brenton, and he'll tell you this, he said, do not share my box with nobody. Don't tell nobody about it. Don't show nobody, because this was like his top secret weapon for his agency. But I twisted his arm a little bit and convinced him to tell you guys all about his story and how his campaign mapped out and all that kind of stuff, and give you the secrets behind his video box campaign here today. So Brenton, thank you for being willing to jump on here with me today. Yeah, man. Just so everybody that's watching knows kind of who you are, tell us a little bit about you and your company and what it is that you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the Garin Group, family-owned digital marketing agency. So it's myself, founded about 4 years ago, and then grown so much that my dad and my little brother work for me now. So predominantly in the medical space. Again, working with doctors who have no idea about marketing, and coming in with our sort of done for you service, doing sort of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube ads. So had been growing. I know I talked to you maybe a year or two ago when you were just kicked off your company, and for then it was a little bit too soon for us. We were just sort of finding our feet in terms of our offer and sort of what we're doing, and ramping things up. But we decided this was the year to do the first video box campaign. So I think, we launched it just at the start of summer.
I love it. Cool. So let's get down into some of the nitty gritty details here, just so everybody that's watching kind of gets a good feel for where you were at before you started your first box campaign. So give me an idea initially. What was some of the problems that you were facing before you launched your very first video box campaign?
Yeah, so typically running just Facebook ads to our target niches in the medical market. And as everyone in the agency space knows, you get the good and the bad, from the ones who have no money to, again, the ones who are your perfect target audience. So the idea with the video boxes of like, hey, we can only contact the ones who sort of tick all the boxes of like, they're already doing some marketing, they have a proper website, they have an email address that's their domain instead of a AOL or a Yahoo. It's like, well, we want to go after those. So it basically, it got rid of like a lot of the people who had no money or no website, or just like, again, you get a whole raft of good and bad Facebook ads, right? So the idea for us of like, hey, we want to target this very small segment of our niche who have like a very special device, and we're good at that marketing. Like, let's just go after them. It's definitely been working wonders to like get in contact with those people. So pretty much nearly everyone that we've spoken to, and I can run through the numbers, has like become a client who's sort of gone through the video box.
Wow. Okay, cool. So I'm excited to hear about your results, but before we get there, and you kind of touched on this initially, but what you're already well versed at Facebook ads and some of the other online media, right? What made you choose to use a video box over just leveraging the stuff that you've already been using up to the point before you started using the box? What made you switch and say, okay, we're not going to keep doing Facebook ads, we're going to do a video box campaign instead? Like, was there something that made you like, okay, we got to do something different?
Yeah, I think it's just more diversifying. We're still running Facebook ads, and that's all good and proper, but I think like the ROI on the video boxes is better in terms of, we spent this much and hey, we generated this much. We're doing a side-by-side analysis against Facebook. It's not as good. So again, didn't know that before going into it, but that was sort of what my thinking was, of like, hey, if we can diversify, and going in is like, hey, as long as we get one client out of 100, we've made our money back. Right. So that was basically, and then everything else is like the sugar and the cherries and the chocolate, and like everything else is just, doing what it's supposed to do in terms of getting the people that we want to actually work with, opposed to, yeah, someone who's just fresh out of college and like literally didn't know how to spend money to market their business, and like getting rid of
Right.
those and then going to the people who are sort of, yeah, our
Got it.
target.
So it was more of a higher level of targeting for you. It's kind of like trading in a shotgun for a sniper rifle, essentially.
Yeah,
More
definitely.
direct targeting. Okay, cool. So this is what everybody's going to want to know about. This is what I'm curious about too, because I don't even know what your numbers are. What was the results from your? And I know you haven't finished your campaign yet, right? But you did 100 boxes. I think you've sent 60 of them so far. What were the results from those?
I got my notes because I went through my spreadsheet that we compiled. So here we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've only sent 60 boxes out so far. So we still have 40 that we're going to be doing this month, and just been doing like batches of 20, just because I know it picks up and we're busy as it is. So again, stuff that we can handle. So out of the 60, 10 booked calls. So we do have like our calendar link on the box, which don't show anyone, and then the phone number. So no one called the phone number, which is interesting. Like everyone went to the website and booked a call. So again, that's preferred because
Yep.
they come through our funnel of our videos and testimonials, and they get all that
Yep.
remote interaction. So 10 out of 60 booked. We've been so busy that I'll get in trouble for you, but we didn't email or call anyone manually. We were so happy with the response rate. We're like, well,
Yeah.
again, they're coming to us. We know we're going to close most of them. Again, we might have picked up a few more by doing the follow up, but we just know
Yeah.
our medical space, and they are hammered every day through cold email, cold calling, Facebook messaging, through millions of ads. So we're like, if they don't book a call, they're either happy or they don't want to spend money. So for us, we decided
Yeah.
to do the manual approach. But again, 10 out of 60 was again pretty solid for us. So again, this is all in the last 2 or 3 months. So we have 3 clients who are already up and running, paying us, where our profit margin is 1,000 a month. Out of those 3, one sent us a referral, and he's up and running as well. So essentially, we're making $4,000 a month off the initial. And then out of the rest, we've had 2 who are definite yes, who are actively onboarding. And then we have 2 maybes who I think it's a 50-50 shot that they will sign up. So yeah, out of 60 boxes, looking at potentially 7 out of 10 book calls going good. Out of the other 3, everyone was interested. Out of the 3 were no's. We had to turn one down. He wanted to, but since we had created our list, we brought on a client in that region. So we had to say, we can't take you on. He was a bit annoyed, but he would have another yes. And then another one was interested, but then he's changed his mind and didn't want to promote what we were going to promote for him. And the other one was just a dick. So it's like, hey, 1 out of 10 dicks. Like,
yeah, you're gonna get those.
Exactly. So it's like, looking at the numbers of like the boxes cost like 6,000-7,000 all in when you think about postage and shipping. So like for a $7,000 investment, and our retention rate's like near 95% for the long term. So $1,000 a month, it's like, our ROI is like 10-15x that when you look at it sort of money in and versus what's going to be coming in. So it's like, I think we've done well.
Great
And even
job.
still 40 boxes to go.
Dude, that is so good. Most people don't even track the numbers as well as you've tracked them, which is not surprising since you're a marketing person. But dude, that's fantastic. So you're looking at so you did 60 boxes, you got 10 appointments from it, so you're at like just shy of a 20% response rate off those initial 60. And then of those 10, you said 8 of them actually became a client.
Yeah, so I think 8 will be like or 7 will be the total if the yeses and maybes get going, which I think they will. So
that's awesome, dude.
So,
that is so fantastic.
Pretty good. And I know we just put in our next order with you, and we've sort of tweaked our offer to be even more better, which don't tell anyone what it is.
My lips are sealed. Don't worry. We won't take. It's actually on the back of this box, but I can't show you the back. So sorry, guys.
All the money is on the back. But yeah, I think increasing our offer, like doubling down on what our offer was to book a call, I think it's going to increase these numbers even more so, where it's like,
I'd love for you to talk about that if you wouldn't mind. You don't have to share your specific offer, but there's a lot of people who want to leverage a video box, but they don't actually understand the mechanics behind what you just said, right? The offer, right? Making the offer so good that they do want to call you from that. I know your video is very simple compared to like the stuff that we even produce for ourselves, right? You literally shot it on your phone, right? And you were able to get nearly a 20% response rate from this using a video you shot from your phone. would you attest that to probably being the messaging and the offer that you used in the video, and not the production quality to the video?
Yeah, I think everything that you guys helped work on. So I did buy the upgraded package where again we got on a 30-minute call, we fleshed out the script and the offer, and I had ideas of what it should look like and what it's to say. And you're like, actually, we're going to redo like 80% of that, and that's probably what made the difference. Opposed to me just thinking like, hey, this is what I think would be really good. And you're like, no, you're talking all about yourself. You got to talk all about them. I'm like, yeah, that's true. So again, strong offer. Again, did a really good job on directing like the front of the box and what it says on the inside. I wouldn't have gone that angle at all. And yeah, that's sort of the feedback we've been getting from the boxes of like, oh wow, this is so cool. Like we've been showing everyone, and they just love the concept. So I think having you guys sort of walk through that process with the strong offer is what made it different. Because originally I'm like, oh yeah, I can go find a video box and I can do it for maybe half the price. And I'm like, well, no, because A, I don't know what I'm doing. And then B, it's all the other stuff that you have figured out. You've made all the mistakes that you're like, hey, don't do that, do this. And again, pay a bit more, but it's like, it's going to get the quality and the service.
You know that you actually, I didn't even intend for you to go there, but it's perfect that you did, because there's people that are watching this right now that are debating between one of two options, and that's either doing a video box and trying to build it by themselves, which is totally doable, right? People do it all the time, but building it on their own, or having more of a hands-on, one-on-one approach, kind of like me and you had with it, where we actually helped them through all of the aspects of it. So in your opinion, for someone that's looking between those two options and they're just having a hard time making a decision, do I do this on my own? Do I get like one-on-one help? What's your take on that?
Yeah, I think one-on-one help, like even paying a couple $100 to have you guys design it, because I know like as part of the onboarding, you send like, oh, here's the sheets if you're going to do it yourself. And like, I'm pretty technical and savvy. I'm like, hell no, I could never figure out the specs and design and make it like all fit. That like having you guys do it, like paying for the quality service. So yeah, I think doing yourself, it's like anything. It's like you're paying a professional to do what they're good at doing, opposed to you trying to reinvent the wheel to save a few $100 here and there. So I'd say, definitely pay a little bit extra, get the help, get the service, and then when it actually goes out, it's going to be a success, opposed to half-assing it, saving a little bit of money, but then it flopping, and you're like, well, video boxes don't work. It's like, well, probably because something was wrong in one of the 5 steps to get it going.
Cool. I love it. Well, Brenton, you've been great. Last question I'll ask you. If someone's sitting on the other end of this video right now and they're thinking about using a video box and they just haven't quite pulled the trigger yet, and they're trying to decide whether they should keep using all the traditional methods that they've been trying up to this point or giving a video box a go, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I'd say definitely give it a shot. And again, look at your numbers. And if you are selling something a little bit high ticket and literally one client out of 100 makes you money back with profits, like that's pretty much risk-free in my mind. And like, I feel like it's completely impossible to get 0 calls and 0 clients. So if you can't make your money back times, like I just went to the numbers, like 10x it, it's like it's a no-brainer. And again, I'm not saying stop Facebook, maybe some people do, but it's like, it's a good diversification that we've got, just people coming in from different streams. But I know the ones who are booking, again, for the most part, like they're 80% going to be closed because they've seen the video, they're in our target markets, they tick all our boxes of who we want to go after. And again, you can't really do that with Facebook. You just get everyone and anyone who's on Facebook.
I love it. Cool. Well, Brenton, thank you so much for being here with me today, and for sharing some of your numbers and all that kind of stuff. Anything else you want to say before we hop off here?
No, just say Caleb and his team are awesome. So yeah, get it going and don't wait.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, guys.